A recent short film has created a lot of uproar in the meme community. The cult classic Delivery Dance is one of the most powerful moving pictures in a long time. It's on the level of American Psycho and the Impractical Jokers movie. The runtime, only being 30 seconds long, emotes enough story and feeling through the characters and emotions around them, it's almost chilling. At first, it might look like a nice family film, but in reality, it's a dark horror film. But before we talk about this film, I wanted to discuss the history. In 2014, a company known as GrubHub was founded. Originally not a filming company, GrubHub was a business that used minimum wage slaves to deliver food to the libtards. Due to the coronavirus in 2020, the company was as popular as ever. However, the owner looked at the world around him and felt troubled in his mind. This man was known as Matt Maloney. He noticed that there was so much wrong in the world around him, so he started to write a script for a short movie to warn the people of their ways. It took 7 months to complete and only a week to animate, but it was ready for the world. The film was supposed to represent a capitalist society free from any form of consequences and oblivious to the world around them, while the people stay fat and happy and impending doom looms over America. The critics, however, didn't see it that way and mostly gave it a bad score due to the racial diversity. But I don't care about race. I hate all people, so I'm perfect for reviewing this, so let's take a closer look. The film is bold enough to have a narrator at the beginning and end of the film. In quote, he says, "GrubHub perks give you deals on food you love, the kind of deals that make you boogie." Now, for most people, this might seem easy to understand, but this dialogue is like a double-edged sword. Yes, it means that you get benefits for using the app, but it also means that when you use this app, you're giving away a part of yourself to the company. You're spending your hard-earned cash to the man, your owner, like a chicken that lays eggs to a farmer. And when you're done, you'll be a part of the food too. Now, some of you might be saying that's a stretch of the imagination, but think about it. Why do people put the dead in coffins? Well, so that the bugs don't get to them first. They pump them up full of preservatives so that they don't spoil the meat and enhance the flavor. Anyone who uses the GrubHub app is already marked. Now, let's move on to the main character. The father in this picture is what you would call a normal human being, right? Well, just look around in the right-hand corner of the screen. The child, I presume, is the son, and he is terrified of the looming threat coming closer to him. Look at his eyes, big and full of fear, like the characters in Big Mouth. For a brief moment, the child looks at the camera like he's pleading for the audience to send help. But help will never arrive. After the father orders a chicken sandwich family pack for himself, the room starts to transform around him to a red, empty void. Now, this is where it gets a little creepy. While this is going on, the narration is playing, but when he gets to the word boogie, we get this face. What we're looking at is a devious, crazed monster of a man giving the most douchebag look he can come up with. This scene is very off-settling, however, it is screwed up by the overexposed lighting which is inserted at his face. The face expresses a lot of emotions though. It's all subjective as what it could mean, but my theory is that he is intoxicated with the MSG that comes in the sandwich and it is actually going through his immune system. Think about it. After one bite, he is transported into a better place. Like a drug hallucination, he seems to be in a state of overwhelming happiness. But then I began to think he's not alone. As he dances, more humans begin to pop up. How can all these people be here at once? But then I realized that there was something more sinister at face value. It is alleged by the press that Matt Maloney is the son of Freddy Krueger and has the ability not only to induce people in a sleep-like dream state, but add multiple victims in one area. This theory was made fact to an apparent interview with the CEO. In the talking, Matt randomly said, "They are all under my control, like puppets on strings. Also, I like Dracula." It's very spooky. The people in the crazed dimension all eat their food while gyrating their hips to the beat of the song Soyo. While they dance, I was very nervous for the woman who danced with the milkshake. Some would say that she is fat, but clearly she's pregnant. In fact, I would speculate to say that she's 7 months in the gestation period. It's not very wise for someone to have such erratic movements when having a child on the way. I was actually afraid that she would slip on a banana peel and squash the fucker, but thank God that didn't happen. I was also concerned for this fat bitch. Look at her head, it's about as big as a tuna can. The group danced like this for a short while until the father finally snaps out and breaks free from the dreamlike state and points to his child. The child is confused as he knows that a beating is surely to come, but instead he is offered to participate in the consumption of the chicken sandwich. The child then turns to the camera, gives us a confused look, and then dances with the chicken sandwich in hand until the end of the movie. But what does this mean? Well, there's a little hint at the bottom of the video with a very chilling sentence. The fuck when you get a good deal on the food you love with GrubHub perks. So you have no choice but to dance. The child has finally given in to the madness. I give this movie a 2006 Saxy Award. Good night, everybody!